Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. Lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. All right, Applejack, I'm ready. I'm ready. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome. My name is Darth. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of DarthNews, special edition. Everyone hates rapists. Today we're going to skip the long intro. We're going to skip the skits. Yeah, because I already did this same video on my other channel. That's right, at DarthCast. It's just DarthCast. The name is temporary. It might change, but go subscribe to my backup channel in case one day you wake up and you search for DarthNews and I'm not here because YouTube deleted me, and that would really suck. But at least I have a backup channel, so please go subscribe. Sometimes I'll post different content as well, so it's worth it. You know, it's really easy. Just hit the subscribe button. So anyway, today's video is going to be a prime example of what happens when you defund the police. This is exactly what happens. This is what happens when the mayor of your city lets crime run rampant with no consequences, no repercussions, no recourse, no nothing. No, this is what happens when you let criminals do whatever they want. Did all of you idiots on the radical left actually think that by defunding the police, that would make crime go down? No. Now you have criminals running around with impunity. They think they're invincible because you're letting people out of jail the next day for committing crimes. And then you're dropping all the charges. You're literally... Oh, my God. I'm getting a little bit pissed off, man. I'm getting triggered. So today's news story is definitely shocking, but it's not surprising. I'm not surprised that a man thought he could rape a woman in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, in public, in full view of everybody, in a subway station, and get away with it. Why am I not surprised? Because you've let them get away with everything else. I'm talking to you, de Blasio. I'm talking to you, Cuomo. You've let them get away with everything that they have done. So it shouldn't be surprising to anyone that this man was dry humping this woman in broad daylight, trying to rape her, and thought he could get away with it. Okay? This shouldn't come as news to anyone. On top of that, New York City released thousands of inmates, thousands of criminals, and they were not all first-time drug offenders. They were not all people that were arrested for smoking weed. They released thousands of criminals back into the streets because they were afraid of getting COVID-19. They were afraid that the criminals would get COVID-19. As of right now, this month, the seasonal flu is more deadly than COVID-19. So don't tell me that you care about their fucking health. You never cared about their health before. Now, I don't know if the man who tried to rape this woman in the subway was released from prison or not. I don't know. I don't have that answer. Probably not. But that doesn't mean he's not a criminal. Most criminals are running free right now. Most criminals are not in jail. That's just a fact. When you defund or abolish or dismantle the police, crime will go up. The less police you have, the more crime you will have. That's just the way it goes. I don't know why this is so hard to understand. So we're gonna read the article, watch the video. Yeah, there's a video. Someone recorded a video of this woman getting assaulted. Don't worry, it's totally blurred out. It might be a little bit triggering, so if you don't want to see the video, just skip over it or stop watching here. Yeah, but we're gonna watch the video. So let's do it. Applejack, hit it.
All right, guys, we're over here at Breitbart. Title reads, Shock Video. Man tries to publicly rape a woman in broad daylight in New York City. Crime and killing skyrocket in New York City after Mayor de Blasio defunds police and releases criminals. And now disturbing footage captured in New York City shows a man shoving a woman to the ground and then trying to rape her in full view of the public in a subway station. The brazen attack occurred at 11 a.m. Saturday at the Q train subway station at Lexington Avenue and East 63rd Street. The 25-year-old victim said that she was just waiting for the subway when a man approached her, pushed her down, and began sexually assaulting her. Can you imagine that? Like, you're up in the morning, you're just going to go to work, and all of a sudden someone's trying to rape you in public. No fucks given. Now, this isn't fucking rocket science. Okay, this is exactly what happens when you dismantle and defund the police. This is what happens. People who are criminals will continue to commit crimes with impunity, with the feeling of, I can do whatever I want with no consequences. Obviously, to the point where they literally think they can rape a woman in public and not get in trouble. You know, it makes no sense when these people are crying about the crime that's happening when they are the ones who voted these politicians into power, who then defunded the police, took away their protection, their security, and then let the criminals run rampant. And not only that, they released criminals from prison. Even if they're in jail for a marijuana offense or a cocaine offense or whatever. Too bad. Tough titties. If it's illegal in your state, then it's illegal in your state. Change the law. Okay? I was arrested when I was 18 for marijuana. I went to jail. Okay? It's not fun. But I owned it and I was like, move on. Move on. You know what I mean? Move into a different state where you can smoke weed. Anyway, we're getting off topic, so let's get back on topic and finish the article. They say the woman was reportedly screaming, prompting bystanders and witnesses to intervene and record the assault. Hopefully they actually intervened and they didn't just pull out their iPhones and start recording a rape. I mean, who records a rape? Like, seriously, I guess so you have evidence that it was this guy and then the police can go arrest him later, or they can identify him, but I mean, maybe just record just enough and then intervene. Like, I don't care if you're weaker or stronger or what, if you have a disability, if someone's getting raped in public, you better be the good Samaritan and intervene. I'm sure there's some people who would be afraid to intervene with someone who's being raped, you know what I mean? Because that guy could be dangerous, but me, man, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I will die protecting a random stranger who's being raped in the middle of the street. I do not care. If I have no weapons, I don't care. I will, man, hell or high water, I'm going to end this man's life. A person can be heard yelling in the video, "Hey, get off of her." The man is then seen getting up and shrugging the assault off like he did nothing wrong. Oh man, okay, we're gonna watch this video in just a second. I'm kind of anxious to see this. The NYPD then confirmed that the incident was actually an attempted rape on the woman. They say, and I quote, "The individual then climbed on top of the female and attempted to rape her, but he stopped when a crowd of bystanders formed," the New York police said in a statement. And as we should all be aware, if you're paying attention to the news in any kind of capacity, New York City has been struggling with a massive crime wave in recent months following Democrat Mayor Mike de Blasio's disastrous far-left policies of defunding the NYPD by $1.5 billion and releasing thousands, I thought it was hundreds, but thousands of criminals so they supposedly wouldn't catch the spread of COVID-19. This is ridiculous. I made a video on this back in, I don't know, was it April or March? I think it was in April when they were releasing prisoners, and I was like, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. And now that we find out that thousands, you're telling me that they're all just innocent first-time offender, drug offenders? Like, no. You released thousands of people. It almost seems like this was part of the plan. I don't know what their plan is besides chaos, but it felt like it was part of the planned chaos. What do you think they're going to do when you release them back onto the streets and say, "Hey, it's open season. Go ahead, have at the city. You can go into Tiffany. You can steal diamonds. You can steal Gucci, Louis, whatever the fuck you want. You can have it, my man. Go into that Apple store and steal all the fucking iPads. Do it." They're going to do it. They're going to partake in the destruction. I mean, come on, this is laughable. De Blasio never gave a shit about any of these prisoners and their health before, so why now? Or why right when the pandemic started he cared so much? And if he did the research, he would know that, hey, people that are in the age range they're releasing back in the streets, which is like 20 to 40, are not dying from COVID. So their health really isn't at risk. I mean, they're at risk of getting sick, and having to deal with that, and it's no fun, but they're not going to fucking die. On the off chance they have an autoimmune disease or whatever it is, they could have an underlying condition. If they have a medical condition, then those specific inmates should be taken out of the hospital. That's fine. But just to let them you're going to let all these healthy people, healthy criminals back onto the streets because you're worried they might get sick? They might have to, blow their nose a few times a day. Like, I don't, this is the, but Darth, they could die. They could die. Oh, boo, 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 boo. Well, tough titties. That's like my new favorite phrase. Tough titties, man. Tough fucking titties. If you're in jail, it's because you done gone fucked up. You went down the wrong path. But getting out of jail free card and then destroying the city is not going to fly with me. And it's not flying with the rest of, I think, America. The left is using mind control. It's like MK Ultra, but on a global stage. They are controlling you using fear. They're using your fear against you to keep you weak, to keep you down, to keep you desperate, to keep you scared, to keep you holding on to the teat of the Democratic Party in hopes that they'll save you. When in reality, they're killing you. You know, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, guys. Wake the fuck up. Before I play the video, I want you to know that it is completely blurred out. Besides the rapist's face, you can see his face clearly, but everything else is completely blurred out. So hopefully it's not too triggering because it's highly censored. But you do get the gist of what's happening, and it can be triggering. So, you know, my channel is always triggering, but when it's something that's very fucked up, I'm going to give you a warning. So this one's fucked up, and there's also no volume to this video, so it's not you on your end. It's the actual original file has no audio. So let's go ahead and watch this.
So this is what you guys get, you know, like when you citizens vote these radical, corrupt, leftist politicians into power, the ones that don't give a fuck about you or the community, they care about virtue signaling to a fringe minority. When you vote these people into office, this falls onto your hands. Now, I'm not saying that you raped this woman or Cuomo or de Blasio raped this woman. No. But would this woman have been assaulted if law and order was being upheld and these politicians were upholding the law and the Constitution? No. This man probably would never have tried to sexually assault a woman in public if it weren't for the riots and if it weren't for all of the crime that has happened that has been encouraged to a point. We do not need to defund the police. We need to give them more money. We need to fund more money into the police so they can have proper training, they can have military experience, so we don't have just any average Joe who's fucking power hungry with a fucking pistol. We need to give them more training so we can be a safer community. An armed community is a safe community. That's just the way it is. Who are you going to call when someone's robbing your house and you don't have a weapon? Who are you going to call if something very bad is going down? Who are you going to call? A social worker? You need the police to be there. And that about wraps up all I have to say on this topic. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of DarthNews, special edition. Everybody hates rapists. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate the view. I appreciate you. And until next time, don't forget to pull out. As always, if you enjoyed my content even a little bit, then please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Or commenting, or don't do any of those things. But you could go get some merch if you want. You know what I mean? Like, you could. You go to DarthNews.com and get some merch. Or you could, I don't know, go to my Patreon and donate as little as $1 a month. It goes a long way. It really does. That's about all. How do I wrap this up? No, there's gonna be no OT on this one. No, just